Well, the first professional play I did was called The Diary of Anne Frank, where I played Anne Frank. I was still in college, I was in Elphinstone, and Rajat was in Sydenham, and he had a production company back then of his own. So he said, will you act in it and all that? So I said, fine, and the play did really well. We got invited to perform at the Prithvi, which was a huge thing for us back then. We did over 25 shows, and back, I'm talking about the early 80s. So that was a massive deal for us and kind of got us known as actors. It's only tough in terms of the scale, right? So for a camera, you're much smaller, and it depends if you're on a 2,000 seater, you have to open up your performance. But I think the process of arriving at a character, or the truthfulness of a character, stays the same whichever medium you're in. I don't think that changes. Technically, of course, things change. You need to know different technical skills for theatre versus, cinema or television. Writer's Block is a program which actually nurtures new writing and puts the playwright at the center of the theatre process, which according to me is where he or she should be. We get over 200 plays as entries, and from that we choose between 12 and 14 playwrights who can write in any language. We have tied up with the most fantastic new writing company called the Royal Court from the UK. And so our teachers come from there, they mentor these writers, and then we perform it, because our whole idea was, okay, so a writer will write a script and then it will be locked in a drawer where it will gather dust, and actually the writing process is not finished till an actor has spoken your lines, a director has interpreted it, and an audience has viewed it. Then your process ends, for good or for bad. If we had government funding, or like we had an equivalent of an arts council, then we would have the freedom to experiment. Because here finally, if a corporate sponsorship has come in, you have to be within a particular safe zone of performing. So you're stuck, there's that growth of, chal yaar, let's try something. We have a small 80-seater auditorium, let's fool around. Something may come out of it. So we don't have that. I'm waiting for the day when, we have the lavish budget to have 1 week of technical rehearsals, and, we have all these lights at our disposal, and we're able to use fantastic, set designers. I'm waiting for those kind of things, because that's when our quality will improve. It's always evolving. Theatre will never die. We have, lived through too much, and we have such a huge, fabulous tradition. It cannot possibly die. It goes through its ups and downs. It's like a roller coaster ride. You'll suddenly see, boom, a lot of new talent. Then there'll be, this stagnant pool, and then again, boom, new talent. So I'm sure this kind of thing will carry on in the future, but die, never.